Today we're going to give you not one, but two Town Hall 17 base links that have been defending excellently in the clan war leagues against meta armies. Here's your first look at the base. We've got the Rage Tower in the center, and then essentially a ring around the outside, which is pretty commonplace in the meta. The base builder here is Pikachu, a builder for Blueprint, a very, very talented builder. We've shown plenty of his bases on the channel before, and yeah, if you want a base from him, make sure you head to the Blueprint website and order a base there. Now, I want you to have a look at this Wizard Tower here. It is deliberately set up like this. So look at the Royal Champion here. She's going to jump outside the wall, not stay inside, which makes it even harder here if the attacker wants to redirect the Royal Champion to either of these Fire Spitters. Because, look, the attacker doesn't have the haste vial, so probably wasn't expecting to get insane value with the Royal Champion charge, but definitely would have liked the idea of getting at least one of those Fire Spitters. At the minimum, getting rid of more of the defenses on the outside of the base here. But that doesn't end up happening, so even though it's good value for the Royal Champion there, I still consider this as a win for the defender. Now, I want to talk about how the attacker here deploys the Root Rider Smash, because how I would do it is Root Riders, then a couple of Loons, then Healers, Valks. Like, you want to get the Healers down as soon as possible, but more importantly, you want to spread these balloons out, because what you're going to see with the balloons here is because they're all going in the same line, they're not going to pick up many air traps, right? One of them could have picked up the same that all three did. By the way, have a look at this Headhunter that got in the Warden ability. It pulls the Poison Tower, which is good, but also pulls the Rage Tower, which is bad for the attacker here, because look, none of the defenses have gone down, but the Rage Tower's gone off, which means you get maximum value out of that Rage Tower, which is why probably shouldn't get a Headhunter and a Warden ability, particularly if you're doing Root Riders. Like, you've got Valks, you've got the Royal Champion, you've got the Minion Prince, you've got plenty of units to take down heroes, at least at the start of the attack. Minion Prince tries his best in the core of the base, but this attack fell apart very, very quickly. Still got the Queen up, but the Queen will go down any second. Look, these Fire Spitters are a complete nuisance to deal with. We'll 4 times through the rest of this attack, because it does go the full length. It does end up getting a little bit close, but not really that close at all. Wasn't really in doubt after the push went bad. The Royal Champion got in front and got incinerated. And here is the second base link from today's video. I really like it because it's completely different to the last one. We've got an isolated Town Hall rather than the Town Hall with a Rage Tower compartment. So the Royal Champion charge coming in. Really like the super bubs here from the attacker to get rid of the mortar. That's going to make sure the Royal Champion goes in. But have a look at the giant bombs on this base. This is completely brutal and honestly quite rude. So 2 of them to hit the Fox and obviously the Royal Champion. There's the third one. Then the scatter hits and the Fox is already dead. And the Fox is huge, particularly on these Royal Champion charges where you've only got 4 or 5 invis, because you can basically double that if you keep the Fox alive. But if you lose the Fox after only 2 invis, then you lose, what, a third of your total value, which is crazy. So we got the Giant on the bottom side. This single Inferno on this base is brutal. You'll see it in both the replays today. Really ridiculous. Now, these Poison Towers are interesting. It's the only real weakness I can point out on this base. Like, they look so easy to activate early on. We got the King and Queen on the left side. Yet again, that single Inferno is doing so much work. It's kind of ridiculous, forcing out a Skeleton spell and a Freeze spell as well. We got the Warden ability. The troops are splitting a bit though, because yet again, didn't have a very good funnel set. Really interesting to see a Super Minion here. That must have come from the Troop Launcher. And Super Minions really aren't that bad an idea. They can tank the red bombs and the Seeking Air Mines. Plus, they can do a lot of damage. I've seen a lot of people bringing balloons in them, and that's fine, but it's not going to do any damage, whereas the Super Minions definitely are. Obviously, you can only take half as many of them as balloons, though. Actually, even less. It's, what, 4 Super Minions and 11 balloons. The Royal Champion has somehow ended up on the left side. I have no idea how she got there. She must have been chasing a skeleton or something. But either way, as you can see here, this attack completely fell apart. It looked like for a second he was going to be able to recover, but no. So many defenses left up. This is a brutal back end of the base. The Root Riders actually lived a long time, but No point in them living if they've got no damage dealers behind them. But what about air attacks? So you can see here, this is a triple Yeti clone attack, becoming quite popular in the meta, triple and quad clone Yetis. Very safe way of getting value. It's not as good for straight up overkilling bases, but it's very good at just getting a safe amount of value. Really nice giant arrow here. It's probably one of the big weaknesses of the base. You can get rid of 2 air defenses and a sweeper, and more importantly, the sweeper that's facing the way, well, at least from one direction, facing the way you want to come from. So you can see here, unfortunately, the queen goes to the left here, or goes up, I guess, for Scarlet Witch. If the queen went down with the king, that would have been so much better. But we got the dragons coming in. We've set up a great funnel. They're all going to go in, and have a look at this bait. Oh boy, that is a nasty tornado trap. Set up in a place where you know it's kind of specifically to stop this entry. Now, the quad clone Yetis do okay. There is also 2 cloned dragon riders in there, which I find hilarious, but the Yeti might get rid of the town hall. Clone dragon riders, didn't know that was the meta in 2025, but here we are. But have a look at the raged defenses in the core, and more importantly, you get your heroes raged as well. Those raged heroes are nasty. The poison tower went off, that's slowing all the troops as well, and this attack fell apart so quickly. And look at all these troops on the outside. Remember how good the funnel set was? Even with a good funnel, that's one of the downsides of coming in with Yeti clone attacks. It will funnel you out of the base, and if it doesn't get the value you want, you're not only going to get a defense, but a big defense. This ends up being a 66% hit against a reasonably strong air spam or Hydra attack strategy. Kind of crazy to think about. This base can do it against Royal Champion Chargers, it can do it against Root Riders, it can do it against air spam and Yeti clone as well. Final attack of the video here. This is going to be the same Royal Champion Charge on the right hand side, but you're going to see a different entry. So entering into the town hall instead of entering into the, well, kind of into both poison towers at the same time. And you can see the difference that it makes when you do not take that mortar down with the super bub. So the Royal Champion paths differently, actually paths away from the what is it, the giant bomb. So works out for the attacker here, although the poison tower, yeah, that's not working out anymore, is it? Lots of invis spells. Interestingly enough, to see so many attackers bring in a lot of invis spells, but then bring in the hog puppet. I feel like if you're going to bring this many invis spells, you want to maximize the Royal Champion Charge rather than maximizing her when she's recalled, because you are using a lot of spells here. Does get some nice value though. Keep in mind, this fire spitter won't fire anything the entire attack. So we've got the Rage Gem Queen on the inside of the base this time. Siege Barracks on the top side. And what I want you to focus on here is, even though the Royal Champion did good stuff, have a look at these storages spread throughout the base here, right? They are all done deliberately to make sure that even if you do a nice Royal Champion charge, you're not going to get as good a funnel as you think. The Root Riders here all beeline the Town Hall, but have a look at this. The Monolith is still up at this point, right? But the Root Riders path down, and, well, they actually split. One of them goes up, the rest goes down. And what this means is the whole army is split. We are taking all the damage from the base at once, and our troops are not outputting as much as they can in any one area, which is exactly what you want as a defender. You want to split the troops up, and this base did that brilliantly, even though the Royal Champion Charge, which wasn't the best Royal Champion Charge you're ever going to see, obviously, there was a few mistakes with it, but even though it expended a lot of invis spells on it, didn't get a true funnel, and that's what I really like about this base more than other ones. You're going to see the single Inferno being absolute pest on the back end of the base. It was really interesting to see the throwers in this attack. I actually don't hate them at all. Thrower does its thing here. Queen is going to go down to the single Inferno, even with one freeze. It was a really well-timed freeze. Not going to make a difference here because the single Inferno, it's always going to win. 3, 2, 1, bam, you are gone. And this does not end up getting the 3 stars. So that's it. 4 attacks, 2 bases. All the base links will be down below. I didn't really look at the CC. I saw a furnace on the first base. I haven't looked at this one. So if you want to see it, go back through the replay. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be much help with that one. But I believe in you all. I mean, the 2 best CCs at the moment are 3 ice golems, and then rest either rocket loon archers or headhunter archers, or 2 ice golems, a furnace, a headhunter, and an archer. If this wasn't enough base links for you, we have got another video we released earlier this week where we had 10, yes, you heard me, 10 Town Hall 17 base links.